नमस्कार, सभी भक्तजनों का स्वागत है हमारे थर्सडे के जूम सत्संग मीटिंग में। हम लोग भगवत गीता का अध्ययन करते जा रहे हैं। चैप्टर 13 और श्लोक नंबर 27 तक आ गए थे पिछले हफ्ते, और उसके बारे में थोड़ा सा समझा के उससे आगे की ओर यतीन्द्र जी हमारे आचार्य हमें आगे बढ़ाएंगे। धन्यवाद यतीन्द्र जी।
धन्यवाद दीपक जी। बोलो सच्चिदानंद भगवान की जय। बड़ा सुंदर और बड़ा ज्ञानवर्धक प्रसंग चल रहा है। क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ योग। कृष्ण भगवान ने सारी ज्ञान को खोलने की कोशिश की है। See, if you have an assembly of a big machine, okay, and you don't understand how it works, then you open it up one by one and show somebody, listen, this how it works. It fits here, it fits here, it fits here. So same way Lord Krishna is explaining that this human, and no, in every prani, this machine, which is consists of two factors, the Jad and Chetan, Purush and Prakriti. Prakriti means all this, your body material, your mind, your senses, your intellect, this is all Prakriti, Jad. And in that Jad, the consciousness is flowing. And that consciousness is making this Jad Prakriti Chetan. See, again say that the dead body, okay, which is lying, just 2 minutes ago it was alive and now it's dead. I mean, there is no change in the body. The brain, the physical brain is there, all the parts are there, and because of some malfunctioning it is stopped, but the parts are still there. If in a machine, if you can, if some parts is defective, you change it and it starts working again. So we can do with this body as well, up to a certain extent. Okay, like kidney is not working, you do a kidney transplant or something like that, but after a certain stage you can do it. So Lord Krishna is saying, what is there, which was making it function? And that he explained that this is Purush, Chetana, Atma, Paramatma, which was there. And which was making this dead machine alive, and with the feelings, with the intellect, with the reasoning, with the love, with the affection, they are all there as long as this soul or Atma is there. Once it leaves, it's just like dead wood. So after explaining that much, in few other shlokas, Lord Krishna said that Yada bhut prathak bhavam ekastham anupashyati tat evacha vistharam brahmam sampadade. In the different, bhut means living entity. If somebody sees in the differentiation, he sees the unity among all, and that unity is the Chetana which is flowing through it. So now we come to the, having established this, now we come to the 27. 27. You see, in some Gita this is 28, and some it's 27. Mm-hmm. So you see, what is this says? Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishthantam parmeshwar. Are you on this one?
यावत् संजायते किंचित सत्वम.
Okay, right. Okay, so you are there different. Okay, so now we will say 27.
यावत् संजायते किंचित सत्वं स्थावर जंगमम् क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ संयोगात् तत्विद्धि भरतर्षभ.
O best of the Bharatas, that means Arjun, Lord Krishna says, addressing him as a best of the Bharat Vansh, whatever moving or unmoving being you see in the existence, know it to be the combination of field of activities and the knower of the field. As I just explained, there are two components. One is the dead Prakriti, and another one is the Chetan live element, which makes this whole machine animate. So, Lord Krishna explaining whatever you see, moving or unmoving, in the existence, know it to be a combination of field of activities, which is Kshetra, and the knower of the field. So, again, the field of activity is your body, and the knower of the body is Jivatma. Like we feel that we exist. So we exist is feeling, which is the symptom of Jivatma. Jivatma feels that I exist. And when we also in this shlok, Lord Krishna also says moving and unmoving. So moving is, all the animals and human beings, and the unmoving are trees, plants, vegetation. They are also in a way alive. So the thing is, whatever moving and unmoving being you see in the existence, know it to be the combination of field of activities and the knower of the field. So the live tree is a tree. It is a living entity. But dead wood is a dead wood. I mean, same way as the live person is a person, and the dead person is just like a wood or something, So without this combination of two, there cannot be any living entity. Okay. Now we will go to 28.
Jitindraji, it can also be meant as the non-moving being the material, all the material, including the body of all beings, and the moving being. Well, I think that doesn't make sense. Yes, I think you explained it right first time. It's about moving and non-moving, not about the other way around. Not about.
There are two kind of things unmoving. One are live unmoving, and there are dead unmoving.
Yeah, so it could be also about the dead and moving, because it also incorporates the field of activities. Field means all the material, and knower of the fields, meaning because of which the activities happening.
Yeah. So right. The dead non-moving has no knower of the field.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, that's what it is, but if you want to take other way.
Yeah, if I want to add more to it, then I can understand that way as well. Yeah, which is also, I mean, true anyways, because that's what is explained here. Without the knower of the field, the field of activities do not get activated.
Right. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Like tree is activated. It's looking for the light. It moves. It orients itself towards the light.
Yes.
Towards sun. So yes. Okay. So now we go to 28.
Samam sarveshu bhuteshu tishtantam parameshwaram vinashyasva vinashyantam yap pashyati sa pashyati.
They alone truly see. Who sees? कौन देखता है? किसकी दृष्टि करेक्ट दृष्टि है? मतलब देखते तो सभी हैं, हम सब देख रहे हैं, लेकिन but different people at the different stage of evolvement, they see the same thing differently. Okay, they alone truly see who perceive the Paramatma accompanying the soul in all being, and who understand both to be imperishable in this perishable body. So we see that the things, live things, okay, there are live things, they die. So they are perishable, and after death the body perishes, just disintegrates. So that is perishable. Every body of the living entity is perishable, you know. It has a expiry date. After that it expires. But what is doesn't have the expiry date? That is the soul within the body. And who can see that? That's only see. That's only right vision. Well, I mean, people can see, okay, the barn, mar gaye, gone. We don't have to think anything more than that. And that's it. How long we live, we will try to have as much enjoyment as possible, and after that it goes. We don't know. We don't believe that there is a soul. It's finished. Okay, so they also see the same phenomena. They also go to the funeral. They also go to the cremation. And the different kind of other people also go. So different people come back with a different impression of these happenings around. So Lord Krishna says only who can see that in this perishable body there is something imperishable. Only that he sees.
Yeah, that's why we have all those sanskaras throughout the whole life to make us understand that there is more to it, what you see from outwardly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, in our every sanskara, in our every vision, those who live according to the Sanatan percepts of life, okay, it always they make you see in context of the ultimate truth. I mean, take a sanskara like marriage ceremony. So for the marriage day, that work, bridegroom, he's supposed to be the incarnation of the Vishnu that day, and the bride, the incarnation of the Lakshmi. That's why they call Graha Lakshmi. So in bigger context, we were trained to see the things, not as a. And in the there are 16 sanskars, and the last sanskar is Antyeshti sanskar. In Bali, the Hindus, that's the 16th sanskar. The Antyeshti sanskar is the most celebrated sanskar, bigger than birth.
Yeah.
Okay, so 29.
Samam pashyan hi sarvatra samavasthitam ishvaram nahi nastyatmanatmanam tato yasti param gatim.
Those who see God as the Supreme Soul, equally present everywhere and in all living beings, do not degrade themselves by their mind. Thereby they reach the supreme destination. In this shlok, Lord Krishna says that when you see the things, okay, and you apply your material mind, that material mind can make you see the things which are not the way they are. So that's why he warned that do not degrade themselves by their mind, because mind is a reactive mind. It can only think in terms of material things, and to bring it, because it thinks about what it has already seen, what it has already experienced, and what it has been taught. And what is going to be taught, this is not the person's control, okay? Like the person who is in madrasa and he's being taught something different, and that's how his mind is making up. So mind is very pliable. So they say, Lord Krishna says, they do not degrade themselves by their mind. So they try to see the things as they are without being influenced by their mental, I mean, for the functioning of in our material world, mind is very necessary. But to approach the spiritual dimensions, we have to just see from a bigger angle, not from the mind. So we go 30.
प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः यः पश्यति तदात्मानम् अकर्तारं स पश्यति.
They alone truly see. They alone truly see who understand that all actions of the body are performed by material nature, while the embodied soul actually does nothing. Now, this is a statement which people make all the time, but really don't realize. You know, in here it says that all the actions are performed by material nature, and the embodied soul actually does nothing. That's how it is. But we feel that we are doing all the things. We have done so much, and we will do in future so much, and whatever we have brought it, this is from our effort. Now, if you look at
यतीन्द्र जी, ये जो श्लोक है ना, I think this is similar to the one which is my favorite shloka. If you can incorporate that with it, then it will make more sense to everyone. The Prakriti Kriyamanani.
Yeah, but there's a chapter 4, okay? Just I will go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Prakriti Karmani Kriyamarani Sarvasha Ahankar Vimur Atma Karta Aham Iti Mannate. इसकी बात कर रहे हैं ना?
Yes, उसी की बात कर रहा हूँ.
हाँ, प्रकृति कर्माण क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः. जो प्रकृति है वो सब कर रही है, लेकिन अहंकार विमूढ़ात्मा, due to the influence of the ego, vimudhatma means that mind which is bewildered, which is confused, thinks that I am the doer, whereas all the actions are being performed by the प्रकृति. अब आप अपनी लाइफ में देख लीजिए, मतलब लोग कहते हैं कि मैं जवान हो गया, तो क्या अपने आप कुछ आपने कुछ किया जिसकी वजह से आप from a child you become young? You didn't do anything. I mean, this was done by the Prakriti. And whatever you did in your childhood, it was limited. You were unable to do anything other than what a child does. And when we became young, then you did all those things which a young person is impelled by the nature. I mean, looking for trying to establish your position in the society, trying to get married, trying to raise a family. This only comes you do when you grow up. I mean, as a child, these things were not in your mind. And when you grow, now from youth, the Prakriti, the nature turned you into a old man. You did not do. I mean, if it was under your control, you could have prevented it. Then no, I'm not going to be old, but Prakriti made it. And when Prakriti made you old, then all the things which comes in an old mind, in an old body, that's what we are doing.
Yeah.
So
and the Prakriti made it with the help of its 3 gunas.
Yeah, three gunas. That will, it will come next. So that's how it is. But we feel that we have a choice. We do have some, but within the nature, okay. And we are not a doer. That's something. Agar mind, if it sets in the mind, it's a very great thing. The two things, if we can really see ourselves, that all the, bhoot pratak bhava, this whole thing from materially and spiritually, it's one single continuum. And second thing, if we can see that I am not the doer, Prakriti is the doer. And the soul is a silent witness. There is a witness in between. I mean, within the nature, there is another three stages: wake up, dream, and sleeping. We don't make any effort, but we pass through that. And in those three stages, and our childhood, there is a witness all the time. So when if we identify ourselves with witness of all these things, then we can see.
Yeah, that's what we try to do when we are practicing meditation.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
30 हो गया.
हाँ जी.
Now 31st. Okay, just 1 second. Now there is a five sloks, and then this will be finished. So if there is any question or something, we have time, we can.
Yeah, anybody has any questions, please fire away. Jitinderji will do his best to answer that.
Is this chapter 13?
Chapter 13, and we have just completed shlok number 30th. 30.
Okay. Okay.
That was a very easy question. Vimla ji, कुछ थोड़ा difficult question है.
हाँ जी.
इससे तो कहते थोड़ा सा हार्ड क्वेश्चन पूछिए, इससे बहुत इजी क्वेश्चन था.
क्या क्वेश्चन है?
नहीं, आपने पूछा ना कौन सा चैप्टर है. तो
अच्छा ये मैंने
जो कर रहे हैं
क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं.
Yeah.
हाँ. हमारे लिए तो इसी लेवल के क्वेश्चंस हैं यतींद्र जी.
नहीं, इससे भी ऊपर लेवल है आपका, ऐसी बात नहीं है.
तो फिर मेरे ख्याल से कोई क्वेश्चन नहीं, then we will move on.
हाँ जी.
बट हाँ, आगे से तो फिर देखते हैं कोई क्वेश्चन आता है. तो अभी तक तो फिर मेरे दिमाग में कुछ नहीं है.
अच्छा.
Can I ask a question?
Yes, certainly.
Yes.
I'm looking at chapter text 30, and it says, one who can see that all activities are performed by the body, which is created of material nature.
Yes.
Understand?
Yes.
And sees that the self does nothing.
Yes.
Actually sees. Now,
Yes.
actually sees what?
Actually sees the truth.
Yeah.
Actually, लोग कहते हैं ना मेरी आंखें खुल गई.
Yeah.
है ना? People say that opened my eyes.
Yeah.
So it will open your eyes. I mean, when we say it opened my eyes, that doesn't mean that you see something particular.
Yeah.
You are able to see the light and reality.
Yeah. You're right. Like if somebody says something to them and they said, oh, yeah, that opened my eyes, doesn't mean that he was walking around with blindfolded. He was still walking around with open eyes, but he could not grasp certain concept.
What is the concept?
Here, this is the concept.
The concept in this in this book, the concept of soul,
And the material nature.
Materialism and soul.
No, not materialism, material nature. I mean,
Material nature of the body.
Yeah, material nature of the body and the general.
Right. It's just like taking a log of wood and putting it in the fire. That's the material part. It's gone, finished.
Yeah, right.
Then the soul that comes out of that that's what we want to say that I can see.
No, soul is not there.
No, I can see what? That's what the question is. What do I actually see? You must see something.
Okay, you see the person moving and walking, talking, and you have a love and you have a affection for that person.
Right. Right.
all that thing. You can see, that's what you see, okay?
That's the material part.
No, it's at this stage is a combination of both material and soul, okay? Because
Okay.
there's a material and there is a consciousness. So the walking and talking person is a combination of material and consciousness, okay? Together, two things, okay? That's what
Right.
making an individual. And it has an identity, it has a relationship, it has a liking, it has a disliking, it has a happiness, it has a distress, all those
Right.
things.
Right.
Okay? Now outside the consciousness is gone, okay? The soul left. Now there is only a form, and there is no change in the form. The form is the same, okay? And but now in that form, there is no feeling, there is no liking, there is no disliking, there is no connection with you or with anybody else, okay? So what has left? So
The super soul.
you name it, okay? But you cannot, you have, that's what you see. That's what you see, that there is something which is not there. And that something is not an object. That something is not which you can conceive, which you can describe, which you can weigh, which you can measure. That something is immeasurable.
Scientifically, how are you going to say that I can see?
Yeah.
I think what they referring to in
I
English
think
is
if these last two lines in the puppet, Yatinder ji, if I am excused, ye zara bataiye कि I mean, what does this mean? This actually says when you have a transcendental vision,
Right.
and then this living entity, when that gets developed, then only you can have such a vision, and that's actually you are a seer.
If you have that vision.
Yeah, I mean the last two lines I read.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. Yeah.
Yeah, and
The
that
transcendental
is in the
vision.
puppet.
Yeah.
Which way you are looking, the Prabhupada Gita?
Hanji.
I think she is on shlok number 32 now.
30, I mean, he's asking only
30.
from 30, the
30,
translation
30.
he read. Or isme jo hai, I mean, when do you get the transcendental vision? You get only the transcendental vision, the living entity. Now, living entity is what? The soul, right? And then we have a super soul. So transcendental is मैं अपना थोड़ा सा जो, I mean, this is above the three modes. When you are, then only you get the transcendental vision. I mean, it's from my little understanding I'm saying. That's why I said, Yatinder ji, please excuse me.
I want
see
to
what you're getting at and how it elevates itself in your understanding of the soul and what happened to the soul.
And when you have that, I mean, I can't imagine that I have that. It's just the imagination that if you attain that, then its translation says that the translation becomes, explanatory.
Then I might become a sadhu. Then I might become a sadhu.
Okay, चलिए यतिंदर जी भी explain करते हैं.
मैं बता रहा हूँ, देखिए, I don't use the words. I try to avoid the words which has just like a transcendental, okay?
Yeah.
Now the transcendental word is such that you can use anywhere, okay? So whatever you don't understand, say by the transcendental.
Transcendental.
By you have to transcend. So I try to avoid those words. I try to make it at a level of our experiences, okay? And then we have to ourselves cross that experience and see, experience and the reality. So आपने ठीक बताया कि we have a transcendental vision when a person is beyond the three gunas. We don't know what it feels like to be three gunas.
Yes.
Eh?
So no experience, it's just the imagination,
Yeah.
you know.
So what we can do,
Okay.
whatever Lord Krishna want to show us, we will see it. We have to little patience. We have to read again and again. We have to experience. We have to meditate, and perhaps someday we might be able to.
We might reach that.
Yeah.
I think another way of looking at it is the tangible and the intangible.
Yes.
What's tangible you can see, intangible you cannot see.
And intangible you can realize. You cannot see, but you can realize.
Yeah. And that comes with inner seeking, meditation, and all that. You know, what you can see materially is tangible. Trees, another person, this person looks like this and that person looks like that. You can recognize a cow or a dog or a car, whatever. And the intangible is something people have different ways of experiencing, in my view. You know?
Yeah.
Like sometimes when you eat something, like you eat an orange, you wonder, is everybody else tasting it the way I'm tasting it? You know, they can decide, say it's sour or sweet or acidic or whatever. But I don't know, I have the thought sometimes, you know? So I think that's where the soul comes in. You know, it's intangible, it's different for everybody. The tangible things may look the same and all that, but the experiences, the inner experiences, I think, you know, within ourselves, and that's where the spirit or the soul comes in.
Nice.
Bhaji, I don't know whether it's appropriate here, but if you could review, you know, the charioteer, the horse and the chariot, and, you know, that concept of the mind and things at this stage, if it's appropriate, or if we can leave for another time.
Yeah, that shloka I remember. Indriyan parana hut, indriyan paramana, manasas para buddho, buddhe parsasa. But the senses are controlled by the mind. You know, mind is above the senses. And senses are above the object, you know, your object are grasped by the senses, and then the input goes to the mind, and mind makes some meaning out of that, you know, whatever is up.
Right.
If there is something round and it's something orangey, then mind says maybe it's a fruit, okay? And then mind only does do yes or no. You know, it's a digital. It's true or false, true or false. And the intelligence, then it make the final decision. And on the top of that,
and that is why we get people who harm others, take a gun and shoot little children.
Yeah.
Their minds, right, are not working.
Yes. Right.
You know, like in accordance with society and with spirituality.
Yes.
You know, so there's a disconnection between the pure soul, which I think is innocent for all of us, and the mind. And that's where the horse and the chariot and the charioteer come in.
Yeah, right.
You know that concept? I don't know whether it comes in the Vedas, one of the other Vedas.
It's in the Kathopanishad, and it's also in the Bhagavad Gita. The senses are like
Bhagavad Gita also.
Horses. Senses are like horses, and your intelligence is like a rein, you know.
Right.
And the chariot is the soul, which is Lord Krishna is the chariot. Yeah. Yeah,
so the mind can control whether you go good or bad.
He has the picture in his background as well.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He's driven by that.
Yeah.
This is a wall thing we brought from Edmonton.
Yeah.
It's on fabric.
Right.
Yeah.
It's on fabric, and my daughter and my wife purchased it.
Yeah.
And I got my friend to come and mount it. It's very heavy. The frame is very heavy. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you count how many horses are shown in there?
Oh, Bhaji, you're making me turn the old man. I'll do that. Okay, you all talk while I do that, and I'll interject.
Yeah,
I don't
want to spoil the flow of this lovely, lovely discussion we're having. You carry on and I'll count and I'll let you know.
Yeah, I'm talking about the picture. Okay, so when you find
Yeah,
out
yeah,
how
yeah.
many horses,
I'll
you
do that.
let me know, and that's a whole lot of different
I'll let you know.
discussion, but similar subject and very important one too. Okay, but let's continue. We digressed a lot, but it's
It
still
was
meaningful,
informative.
informative.
Okay, so we go on 31st.
Yeah.
यदा भूतपृथग्भावम् एकस्तमनुपश्यति तत एव च विस्तारम् ब्रह्म सम्पद्यते तदा.
When they see the diverse variety of living beings situated in the same material nature and understand all of
To the
them.
Brahman conception.
Okay, we'll say. When they see, I'm doing it again. When they see the diverse variety of living beings situated in the same material nature and understand all of them to be born from it, they attain the realization of the Brahma. Yeah.
Now what?
Yeah, that's what we are saying. Yada. Whenever you see the diverse variety of living being, pashyati, there is a word is anupashyati. Pashyat means to see, okay? Pashyan is the verb which means to see, and pashyat means person who see. So, let's just finish, then we will come. Okay? Yeah. So, there is a word, anupash. Yes, Devji. You're off. Yeah.
Can I read the explanation here?
No, first let me do, then we will do. Okay, just
I'm talking about 31.
Yeah, 31. Please let me finish. Then we can go discuss. Okay. देखिए यहाँ पर एक वर्ड आया है पश्यनि, अनुपश्यति, पश्यति. Pashyat means you see, you take your vision out and you see. Anupashyat means anu means follow up. Okay, whatever you saw, you follow it up by it leaves some impression on you, and you start vichar, you start thinking about that. So that's called anupashyani. As I explained, this is a very important word, anupashyati. Anu means follow up. Okay, just like a younger brother is called anuj. Anuj means who follow up one person. Anu sharan, follow it up. So after one process, so anupashan, when you see, it leaves an impression on you. So it's you see all the word, and anupashan means that you see, everybody sees, but some people follow it up. They see that all the material nature is there is a same element in every one of them. By mental process, you can visualize that all the matter in your body is continuous. It's not, we think that the body material is separate from outside, okay? But if you really analyze, look deeply, you will find out that it's not. It's a single continent. Just like in a water, there are waves. Waves looks like there's something different, but they are not different. They are water, okay? Same way, there's a whole bunch of clay parts, some are pitchers, some are glasses, some are different, okay? But they are all same. So same way, if you see your material part of your body, the 5 elements, they are in you and they are outside you and they are continuous, and this is a shape, just like a shape out of clay. There is a shape of pitcher is made, same way this is made up. Okay, it's very difficult to visualize, but if you are really careful, you can see. And second thing is the consciousness. Okay, the consciousness is also same in you, in dog, in cat. But we think that we have a body material, this lump, and we have a consciousness which is our own, and this body material is our own, and we are completely divorced from anything else. This shlok says that you are not. Okay, your body material is continuous. It has taken a form, okay, temporary form. Just like a sand dunes, there are different sand dunes beginning of forming. Same way it has taken, and the consciousness, it is trapped in this body, which is also continuous and same. So that's what is this shloka is said. I have not used any high sounding words. Okay, just try to make it our everyday experience, which we experience, but we don't think about that. And if we really do it, we can visualize ourselves. Okay. So now you tell me what is the explanation. Okay, but use only things which you can understand. Okay,
Devji.
Devji.
I was just reading from here in a simple way.
Yeah.
A man attains to unity with Supreme when he knows or realizes through intuition that all these manifold forms are rooted in the one.
Yeah.
Like waves in the water, like rays in the sun.
Yeah.
So all forms are rooted in one.
That's why I give the example waves in the water. When I was explaining, I also explained the same thing. So these very nice explanation you have read. Thanks. Waves in the ocean, the clay and the parts, sand and the sand dunes, they all give you some idea about that. Anything else? I mean,
another way that I look at the shloka that we read earlier, where as souls we need to see that we are just like a witness. Not soul is not doing anything.
Yeah.
Prakriti is doing everything. It seems like the soul is actively doing things, but it's not doing anything. Sometimes when I sit down and I am eating my food, then I think about these things, and that it comes to my mind. I'm eating this food just because I felt hungry, and so something is making me feel hungry, and now I have to eat this food. But what for? Where is it going? What is it doing? So those things, I probably have too much time on my hand. So I just think about these things, or I thought about these things, and the answer came up, oh, well, it's, I have cells in my body. I have, it's made up of trillions of cells, and cells are kind of getting hungry for food, and they're asking for it. And now the body is sending messages to the brain, and the brain is saying, yes, cells want food. So go get some food and put it in. So it goes in, and then it satisfies them, and it does whatever it needs to do, and the body feels like, oh, it's got more energy to do more walking, more cycling, or more of whatever. And it just keeps on going on. This cycle is going on, and I'm in there just witnessing. Okay, like my hand was doing this, my mouth was doing this, but again, it's my, not me.
Yeah.
I wasn't doing anything. So that's how kind of I explain that to myself. And maybe it makes sense to you. I don't know. You know.
I suddenly had the thought, only now, after I heard you speak, think of it as nourishment, right? Like nourish your physical body with food, water, right? Air, exercise, and all that. Nourish your spiritual mind with what we're doing now. Nourish your intellectual mind with education, right? And nourish your social life with seva, right? Teaching.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I suddenly had that thought. I don't know. It's probably the
that's from
of the session.
Shivananda. Yeah.
Is that right? I don't know.
Yeah.
I suddenly came to my mind while I heard you talking.
Yeah.
The word nourishment. I was thinking of as a medical person and as a human being, you know, and as a devotee too. So, yeah, different forms of nourishment we need, you know.
That's right.
And very good concept, Bhaji. Very good concept.
Okay.
Yeah. Thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah. चलिए.
देखिए जो nourishment है,
getting clearer.
This is because of the hunger pangs, okay? And we feel that we are hungry. This is not in your hand. This is a automatic process to feel hungry, okay? When there is sickness, people don't feel hungry. Lord Krishna has said in the chapter 5 that Aham Vaishanaro Bhutva Pranam Dehem Ashrita Pranapanam Pachan. I am the fire of the hunger. He has. Because of this. So, feel hungry, जैसे दीपक जी ने बताया कि he is about our body cell, and I mean scientific, he explained was scientific. But the bhaktas, they see that now the Lord as a fire of hunger. He's in my body, he's activated.
Yeah.
So that's
there is a shloka about everything. Just like the you know, on the phones we say, oh, there is an app for everything. So you know, there is a shloka for everything. Yatinder ji will remember that. He brings that out. Usha ji is saying something. Just a second, Yatinder ji.
जब आप बात कर रहे हैं देखने और दो तरह से देखने की बात कर रहे हैं, जैसे कि हैरी भाई साहब ने बताया कि nourishing your different type of things, but when you nourish your soul, then you see that kind of vision. That seeing is totally different than these kind of things. That one you see, that vision you cannot explain it. You only can see it, you can feel yourself, but still you cannot explain it. So that kind of seeing is like you are nourishing your soul.
Yeah, but I think God controls the nourishment of the soul.
Yeah, but God controls, but that you have to put the efforts in there to nourish that. Yeah.
Now, by balancing all these other things we're talking about, these material and intellectual and emotional and all that, we are nourishing the soul. You're right. We are nourishing the soul. And those who don't do all those things and do the wrong things are not nourishing the soul.
Yeah.
And that is why they have to get the bad karma that they create now into the next life, I think.
Yeah. And we are
tell
doing
me if I'm wrong, I don't know.
We are doing the nourishing of the soul right now, as well as when we do the meditation.
Yeah. And the biggest problem in the world is this, I think, one of the biggest problems is people who do the wrong things don't do things like we're doing now. I don't think they even read the news and, you know, experience the suffering of other people or anything of the sort. They're just on a, you know, on a spree to commit crime, harm, murder, you know, rob somebody, you know, and steal cars or whatever. That's the problem. You know, we are the, you know, educated ones, I don't mean education like education. Educated ones means, we have risen above that.
More
We are
sense,
nourishing,
yeah.
we are nourishing the soul, as Benji says. But the people who are supposed to do it don't always do it. Or if they do, the parents try and bring them back onto the right path. They don't want to. And that is why so many of our youngsters are taking the wrong route. They join the wrong company and do the wrong things. And the parents have no power over it, and they can't understand it because it's a different generation, Generation X or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, the wrong company, wrong drugs,
Exactly.
wrong everything.
Wrong nourishment. Put it that way. Wrong social nourishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Staying
Om
with
ji
the
kuch keh
concept.
rahe hain? Om ji.
Then you cannot nourish the soul. Soul is
God.
always
Yeah.
Satchidanand. But what you are doing, you are cleaning your mind. You are cleaning your mind so that you don't have Vishay, and you are going to put Sadgun in yourself. Soul is already perfect, but it is the way the guna and then the soul enjoys through the gunas, and that is a very temporary thing. It's not always, but soul is completely perfect. It has got nothing to do with that.
Pure. Yeah, that's why I refer to it as pure soul. God-given pure soul.
There is a one thing here. You think that you are here and soul is there, okay? And you are nourishing the soul, like you are feeding a bird, like you are bird is there and I'm here. So the soul is there and I'm nourishing it. I mean, you are the soul, okay? Yeah. There is no soul other than you. And that's the whole thing, that you realize yourself as a soul. The witness who is trying to fix the world, who's trying to nourish, the something which he calls soul, okay? Yeah. That you have to see. They say, find out your real nature. Yeah. Sarup, apna Atma Darshan. You see, that's the whole thing is that you realize your real thing. Patanjali Yog Sutra mein kehta hai, tada drashtva sarupe avisthanam. Then the seer, those person who is trying to make sense out of it, he established in its real nature. And this real nature is, then you are not there. Okay. हाँ बताइए.
आप बार-बार कहते हैं कि you should see your own स्वरूप. अगर आपने स्वरूप को देख लिया तो भगवान ही हो गए. This is the whole thing all the time you say about the स्वरूप देख. आपने को देख लिया, then you are already there. You don't have to do anything else. And one more thing I want to see on this shloka 30th, कि परमात्मा के संकल्प से के आधार पर दो वर्ड हैं, एक परमात्मा के संकल्प का आधार और दूसरा संपूर्ण विश्व का, संपूर्ण भूतों का विस्तार उनके साथ. Two things are combined, एक तो परमात्मा के संकल्प का आधार.
हमको नहीं पता परमात्मा का संकल्प क्या है, so we don't want to talk about that, okay? We don't have to, we do not know about, we will stay within our limit of experience, okay? हमको नहीं पता परमात्मा का संकल्प क्या है, okay?
तो this is what you are understanding. आप बताइए,
हमारी कुछ समझ नहीं आएगा. Just stay
what you understand with the words. इन words के माने क्या है?
देखिए मैं बताता हूँ. एक सेकंड. Brahm, what is the root meaning word of the Brahm? Okay, it comes from there is a science which is called etymology. Okay, etymology is the science of the word. We go to the root, and from the root we take out the meaning of the word. Okay, you go and Google etymology.
Etymology.
वीडियो स्टक हो गई आपकी.
In Sanskrit and Latin, Greek, Indo-Aryan. देखिए, Bra means to expand. उससे English word बना है broad, broaden, breadth. They all come from Bra. So Braham means I expand, मैं एक्सपेंड होके सब हो गया। ब्रह्म, ये ब्रह्म से बना है। जो मुझको जो संसार दिखाई दे रहा है ये सब मेरे से निकल के फैल गया। मतलब दिस इज
भगवान कह रहे हैं।
हाँ, भगवान कह रहे हैं कि ब्रह्म, मैं पूरा हो गया। मैं I was the source of anything, and then I expanded, and I become everything. So that's the meaning of the word Braham. Braham, Bra, I expand. अच्छा, इसी तरीके से देखिए ना, बृहत, जब बृहत है वो है संस्कृत वर्ड, बृहत मीन्स बिग, और ब्राड है इंग्लिश वर्ड, वो came from the same root bra. अच्छा, तो ये हुआ। आप इसको समझिए जो कि हमारी समझ के भीतर है। अब ये यही ऐसा ही श्लोक कृष्ण भगवान ने 18वें में कहा है, सर्वभूतेश येन कम भावम अव्यम ईक्षिते अविभक्तम च विभक्तेषु तज ज्ञानम विद्धि सात्विकम। सर्वभूतेश येन कम भाव, जो सब डिफरेंट हैं, क्या कहते हैं, तमाम वैरायटी, उनमें सब यूनिटी देखता है। सर्वभूतेश यानी कि भावम अव्यय, लेकिन भाव रूप से एक है। भाव में अविभक्तम च विभक्तेश, मतलब जो डिवाइडेड थिंग है उनमें भी अनडिवाइडेड नेचर देखता है। तज ज्ञानम विद्धि सात्विकम, वो ज्ञान जो है वो सात्विक ज्ञान है। और बिल्कुल वैसा ही श्लोक ही है, कौन सा था, यदा भूत पृथक भावम एक स्थमन पश्यति ततेव च विस्तारम ब्रह्मम सत्य। तो देखिए, अगर आप समझेंगे कि सोल इज एन ऑब्जेक्ट एंड यू आर ए seer of the object, nothing will, it will not, you will not find. Okay, soul is not an object. Your real nature is soul. हम अपनी रियल नेचर इसलिए नहीं पहचान पा रहे हैं क्योंकि हम उसके भीतर बंधे हुए हैं, प्रकृति के भीतर। ओके, जड़ और चेतन की गांठ है, वो गांठ नहीं खुल रही है। जब गांठ खुल जाएगी तब वो पता लग जाएगा हमको। तो जड़ चेतन की गांठ ऐसे खुलेगी। तुलसीदास ने बताया है, जैसे बंदर जो होता है ना, उसको जब लोग बंदर को पकड़ना होता है, when we have to catch the monkey, we put in some grains in a pot, okay, and part neck is very small, so he put his hand, and he fill his hand, and after that he cannot take it out.
Because it's like that pot.
So he has to leave all the things, then he can take it out. So as living entities, we have a जड़ चेतन की गांठ पड़ी हुई है, और उस गांठ को खोलना। एक्चुअली गांठ जो है ना वो नकली है, वो एक्चुअली है ही नहीं, जैसे बंदर ने कर रखा है ना।
So we have to let go.
Let go, it gets done. होता है ना, let go, it gets done.
It gets
done. I don't understand this one. परमात्मा का संकल्प और उससे संपूर्ण, उनका संपूर्ण भूतल विस्तार, we all know this, that everything is done by him. सारा विस्तार जो भगवान का देख रहे हैं प्रकृति का, उन्हीं का ही है। It is his. तो उसमें कोई,
वो भी ठीक है। किसका पढ़ रहे हैं आप?
इसको इस तरीके से समझ लो, जैसे ये है ना, देखो ये गांठ पड़ी है। अब इसको कहते हैं हम गांठ, ओके, बट इट्स नॉट गांठ, इट्स द सेम क्लॉथ, है कि नहीं? आप क्लॉथ के बिना गांठ, ये कुछ नहीं है। ये मतलब दिस इज जस्ट ए आर्टिफिशियल एंटिटी।
मुझे लगा आप ऐसे मैजिक करने लगे थे।
नहीं, मैजिक नहीं, ये गांठ पड़ी है। वो तुलसीदास ने बताया, खुले ना खुले, लेकिन है तो वही कर।
मुश्किल ये है कि वो गांठ खोलने के बजाय और गठली जाती है। Opening it, we are making more difficult because ऐसा सरकार और whatever। तो अगर उसके लिए निर्मलता के बिना कुछ नहीं हो सकता। धीरे धीरे गांठ खुलेगी और उसमें जल्दबाजी की जरूरत नहीं है। You cannot do it, you cannot force it. It will take its own course, but we have to do is clean.
This is your own.
नहीं तो खोलने में उस गांठ और बढ़ती जाती है। We are doing the reverse part.
फिर उसको कैंची से काटना पड़ता है।
नहीं हो जाए, नहीं वो है नहीं भाई, this is not there। ये इसमें ये चलिए, this is a more.
उनके कहने का मतलब है कि it is just a kind of a हेर फेर हो गया, उसमें गांठ पड़ गई है, but it's just one seamless fabric.
Yeah.
And it's just an analogy. It's not, we are not talking about an actual gaunt of anything. He is talking about an analogy, giving an example of the gaunt. But ऐसे ही है ना जितेंद्र जी?
हाँ, उसको क्या कहोगे उसको? हाँ, उसको तुम आप गांठ कह रहे हो, लेकिन वो है तो वही.
One important thing is that in order to understand this thing very closely, we should go to Uttarakhand, काग भूषण का संवाद. तो उसके अंदर काफी we have to, it is a great philosophy in it, और तथ्य उसके अंदर समझने में धीरे धीरे. So I think sometime with your time, you should take this point and then think in that light. How does how it is clear? Because sometimes the whole process of this discussion and then all the way and all these difficult things are very, very difficult. Because after doing all the sadhana, there are so many vignas which comes in ourselves, and those vignas can be only removed by surrender, complete surrender. आप कुछ करना चाहें करें, वो अच्छी बात है, पर धीरे धीरे सरेंडर के बिना कुछ काम नहीं होगा, भक्ति के बिना काम नहीं होगा.
अब ये देखिए आप, मतलब बहुत अच्छी चीज है भक्ति वगैरह, भक्ति ज्ञान, ये कर्म, अभ्यास, मेडिटेशन, ध्यान, ये सब साधन है. ओके, ये सारे के सारे साधन है. साधन के तीन चीजें होती हैं. एक साधन होता है, साध्य होता है, और साधना होती है. साध्य वो है जो आप अचीव करना चाहते हैं, साधन वो है प्रोसेस जिससे आप अचीव करना चाहते हैं, और साधक वो है आप हैं. ओके, तो ये जो तीन चीजें हैं, ये हैं साधक आप हुए, साधना हुई जो आपकी प्रोसेस करते हैं, और साध्य है जो आप अचीव करना चाहते हैं. ओके, इसके बहुत से मार्ग हैं. ध्यान, अब देखिए ध्यान है जो जिसमें आपकी रुचि है और जिसमें आपको फल मिल रहा है. मतलब ये नहीं कि आप मैकेनिकल करते चले जाए, कुछ हो ही नहीं रहा है. जब आप साधना करेंगे, हल्के से प्रकाश की किरणें आएंगी. when you start हल्के हल्के, एकदम नहीं आ जाएगा प्रकाश, हल्के हल्के that light will come, and that is your guiding light that will tell you that I am at a right path. when you have a certain that you are on the right path, आपको हल्का सा प्रकाश दिख रहा है, तो उस मार्ग पर चलते चले जाइए, इधर उधर मत भटकिए. तो आपको प्रकाश दिखाई दिया है, तो आपके लिए बहुत अच्छी है. जो भी आप कर रहे हैं उसके लिए बहुत अच्छी है. Anybody who is doing and they have some getting some result. If you are not getting result, if you are just mentally doing, and this argument, that argument, and this process is better, that process is better, it's useless.
इस साधना बिना डिवोशन के भी तड़फन के काम नहीं हुआ. एक तड़फ
आप अपना जो है ना, वो देखिए उसमें बहुत से हैं. डिवोशन है, ज्ञान है, मैंने बताया ना, कृष्ण भगवान ने सब कहा है. डिवोशन है, अब फिर से आप करना चाहें तो मैं बता दूं कि एक के बाद एक उन्होंने कहा है कि अभ्यास से ये अच्छा है, उससे ये अच्छा, उससे अच्छा. तो जो भी आपको अच्छा लगे, जिसमें भी आपकी प्रगति हो रही है, whatever, if you are getting advancement in that path, this is a very good for you.
और सबसे उत्तम है कर्म फल का त्याग, बिकॉज उससे शांति एकदम प्राप्त होती है.
नहीं, एक कर्म फल का त्याग तो कर सकते नहीं है, क्योंकि जो फल आता है ना वो प्रसाद रूप में आता है.
या तो वही तो कह रहे हैं, वो इट्स अ हार्ड थिंग टू डू. दैट्स व्हाई ही इज सेइंग
त्याग नहीं कर सकते उसका. आई मीन इट्स प्रसाद
नहीं लेना ना. वो कह रहे हैं कि प्रसाद प्रसूद कुछ नहीं, वो तो जस्ट आपने बनाया हुआ झंझट. कर्म फल का त्याग करो तो शांति को एकदम से प्राप्त हो जाओ. नहीं,
एक शब्द नहीं होती, धीरे धीरे, शनै बहुत धीरे धीरे.
नहीं, वो तो कह रहे एकदम ऐसे चुटकी बजा के उसी टाइम, जैसे श्लोक में एक्सप्लेन किया हुआ है ओम जी. वो तो यही कह रहे हैं कि भी कर्म फल का त्याग, उसी तत्क्षण शांति की प्राप्ति. पर बात तो ये है ना कि इट्स हार्ड टू डू कर्म फल का त्याग, क्योंकि हम हर एक टाइम कर्म करते हैं, इसका फल कर्म करते हैं, उसका फल ये चाहिए. तो फिर शांति तो हमसे
देखिए कर्म
दूरी
फल का
रहेगी।
एक्सपेक्ट यू आर लुकिंग डिफरेंट कंफ्यूजिंग विद एक्सपेक्टेशन कि होगा क्या होगा, उसके कर्म फल की फिक्र की एंजाइटी, बट इट इज नॉट व्हेन द कर्म फल कम्स, you it comes automatically, it will come no matter what, पर जो उसकी आसक्ति है ना,
आसक्ति वही छोड़ने की बात है।
इम्पोर्टेंट,
उसी को छोड़ने की बात कर रहे हैं बस। वैसे कोई ऐसे तो नहीं है कि भाई हाँ किसी ने पत्तल दे दिया हाथ में तो उसका हम त्याग कर रहे हैं, वैसे नहीं है। कर्म फल का त्याग तो वही आसक्ति है।
जितना आप समय में लगाएंगे ना, जितना इसमें डूबेंगे उतना ही अच्छा होगा, दिस माय फीलिंग।
ठीक है, चलिए तो हम कहाँ पर थे? हम लोग 31 32 पे आ गए थे मेरा ख्याल।
हाँ
30
टाइम भी हो गया 4:21। चलिए
हाँ, ये चारों खत्म हो जाएंगे अभी।
हाँ जी ठीक है।
ओके।
अनादित्वान् निर्गुणत्वात् परमात्मायमव्ययः शरीरस्थोऽपि कौन्तेय न करोति न लिप्यते।
The Supreme Soul is imperishable, without beginning and devoid of any material qualities, O son of Kunti. Although situated within the body, it neither acts nor is it tainted by material energy. Again, once more, I will read it. The Supreme Soul is imperishable.
असल में ये दोनों, ये 31 and 32 दोनों को मिलाकर करना अच्छा रहेगा। If they put them together in the same column, they are same thing. उसको 32 को पढ़ लीजिएगा, then explain those.
हाँ 30 हमने कर लिया था, फिर से कर लेते हैं। 30 देखिए, फिर से कर लेते हैं।
प्रकृत्यैव च कर्माणि क्रियमाणानि सर्वशः यः पश्यति तदात्मानम् अकर्तारं स पश्यति।
ओके, 31 है, इन दोनों का एक साथ कर लेंगे।
मेरा कहना है 32 and 31 को मिलाकर।
31 and 32, ओके ओके। 31 हमने कर लिया था और 31 अभी फिर से करते हैं। 32 में कौन सा? अनादित्य। ओके, या तो
यदा भूत
ओके।
मैं 31 का जो दिया है डिस्क्रिप्शन, that is explain how it happens. Example how the 31 में जो रिपायरमेंट होता है, how it has happened in 32. The solution is 32. No.
देखिए एक लॉर्ड कृष्णा ने आपके ऊपर छोड़ दिया है। 31 में आपसे कह रहे हैं कि आप करिए। He is saying you that you do it. Okay, 31st. He is saying यदा भूत पृथक भावम एक स्थम अनुपश्यति. That person who sees.
Then I understand. वो तो हो गया।
नहीं तो आप देखिए, अगर आपने देख लिया ना, तब when you have seen the विस्तारम ब्रह्मम संपद्यते तथा, तो अच्छा उसके बाद देखिए 32 भी मिला देते हैं अगर आपका ये वो है, लेकिन यहाँ पे एम्फेसिस है आपके ऊपर। दिस इज नॉट फ्रॉम एनीबॉडी एल्स। ओके, उसके बाद देखिए
आपकी बात करी, who is आप? Tell me again, who is आप?
What?
Who is आप? आप कह रहे हैं आपकी बात, who is आप?
यही तो है, यही तो मालूम करना है कि who is you, who am I? That's the whole struggle we are doing. Who am I? Okay. That's what the whole purpose of the Gita is. In the second chapter, he told you who you are, and every chapter he's trying to tell you who you are.
अजय वो देही का चक्कर है ना. Everybody knows that it is देही का चक्कर.
No, you are again making duality.
I'm not saying it is देह. whole thing is about day and day. That's it, nothing else.
ये देखिए ना, इन पे जरा समझने की कोशिश कीजिए, जैसे लॉर्ड कृष्ण कह रहे हैं उस तरीके से. प्लीज ट्राई टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट सम अदर पीपल आर ऑन राइट ट्रैक, और वो in our audience and they are trying to understand. So just be patient and listen, you know, what he's saying. Okay,
Yeah.
Just stay with the words what Lord Krishna is saying. Don't go for the interpretation. It's a okay.
All you are doing interpretation. You are interpreting nothing else.
I'm not saying, okay, here say, I'm just saying यदा भूत पृथक भाव एक अस्थम अनुपश्यति. मैं अनुपश्यति, आप समझते हैं क्या होता है अनुपश्यति? Do you know what is meant by अनुपश्यति? मैंने इसको बहुत कोशिश की समझाने की अनुपश्यति की. What is अनुपश्यति? Just tell me.
पश्यति.
अनुपश्यति. मैं बोलता हूँ पश्यति तो ठीक है, देखना. What is अनुपश्यति? There is an instruction. You do अनुपश्यति. There is another thing, विशेष पश्यति. वो विशेष पश्यति का बिगाड़ के उन्होंने कर दिया विपश्यति, विपासना. So you see, in the process of seeing, you see reality, you see yourself. And you see yourself, then you see that you are different than gunas, okay? So the whole thing in Ramayana and Gita is to know your own nature, to know you who you are.
चलिए
तो देखिए, हाँ तो देखिए ना, इस I will 31 and 32 देखिए, इसमें बिल्कुल एक एक शब्द पे रहिए. Don't go there. यदा means when. भूत पृथक भावम. When we see everything different, we see tree, there is this animal, that animal, me, you, I, they are पृथक. ये पृथक हैं, पृथक भाव हैं. एक स्थम अनुपश्यति. इन सबको अलग अलग नहीं देखता है, बल्कि एक देखता है. अनुपश्यति means when somebody sees this phenomenal world. In the phenomenal world there is a diversity, but if you, after seeing it, you try to see with the eyes of the intuition, with the eyes of the vision, with the eyes of the
authority,
yeah, then you see that they are not different. And tat evcha vistaram brahmam sampadita. Tat, there, then he sees that there is a one source which has expanded everywhere in the material form and on the spiritual form. Okay, this is the emphasis is that you see. Okay,
यतेंद्र जी बहुत क्लियर चीज है कि जब आप देखते हैं ना, और आप, मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि सब भगवान का ही है, nothing else.
एक सेकंड मैं विश्वास की बात नहीं करता. मैं विश्वास की बात नहीं करता. विश्वास आप किसी चीज में कर लीजिए, आप विश्वास ही कर लीजिए, सब अलग अलग हैं.
विश्वास में डरता से है कि
डरता भी नहीं है. मैं बिल्कुल क्लियर करता हूँ. दृढ़ता भी नहीं. दृढ़ता मतलब जिद है कि मैं जो, मुझे ये मेरा मत ये है.
Otherwise is all useless, because I think ये है कि भगवान का ये सारा, everything is belong, everything we see.
पहले हमारा बिलीव वर्ड के ऊपर काफी चर्चा हुई थी. मेरा ख्याल ईमेल बैक एंड फोर्थ भी हुई थी. यतेंद्र जी ने काफी एक्सप्लेन किया था कि बिलीव word is going to keep you go round and round. It will not get you anywhere. You have to see things as they are.
It's अनुभूति, that's all.
Yeah. देखिए ये ना तो अनुभूत है, ना एक्सपीरियंस है, ना इंटेलेक्चुअल एनालिसिस है. ये कुछ नहीं है. ओके, ये वो है कि इसको क्या कहते हैं, ये उसमें भी आया, भागवतम में भी आया है, और उसमें भी आया है कि मिराज, जैसे मिराज है वो आपको दिखला रही है जो कि है नहीं. There is nothing, there is only one. Okay, this Advait, there is only one. एक सेकंड खत्म कर लीजिए, प्लीज खत्म कर लीजिए.
उनको पूरा कर लेने दीजिए, हम गड़बड़ हो जाता है ना.
हाँ,
कोई गड़बड़ नहीं है।
नहीं देखिए देयर इज ओनली वन, तीन चीजें होती हैं। एक तो होता है ज्ञान, ओके, एक तो होता है जिसका आपको ज्ञान करना है, जैसे आपको मान लीजिए करना है मार्स का ज्ञान करना है, ओके, तो द ऑब्जेक्ट हो गया। दूसरा है ज्ञान, मतलब ये नॉलेज, और तीसरा है ज्ञाता। तीन है ना, एक तो मैं जानने वाला हूं, और मैं मार्स के बारे में जानता हूं, और जो जानता हूं वो नॉलेज है। तो आप ये देखिए, जस्ट सी इन योर ड्रीम, ओके, यू सी समथिंग, आपको किसी बारे में नॉलेज होती है। आपने देखा सुंदर महल, ओके, तो आप महल देख रहे हैं, तो महल इज ए ऑब्जेक्ट देयर, आप जो हैं वो देखने वाले हैं, और ये जो प्रोसेस है वो है। लेकिन उसमें सिर्फ एक है, वो महल भी आप हैं, देखने वाले भी आप हैं, और जो दृष्टि है वो भी आपकी है। देयर इज नोबडी एल्स, ओके। तो वो तो स्वप्न में तो आपने कर लिया कि ठीक है, हाँ भाई स्वप्न में सिर्फ मैं हूं, लेकिन वेरियस ऑब्जेक्ट्स मुझको दिखाई दे रहे हैं। लेकिन जग इन वेकिंग स्टेज इट इज एग्जैक्टली द सेम थिंग, ओके। हाँ, ना अभी रुक जाइए। अच्छा, अब आप कुछ भी कह लीजिए, ये जो रियलाइजेशन है, ये जो है सारा का सारा यही रियल। आप पता नहीं आप भागवतम में क्या पढ़ रहे हैं, उसमें चतुर्श्लोकी भागवतम में है, वो कभी टाइम मिला तो बताएंगे। तो ये जो है ना, इसमें आपको इसको देखने के लिए आपको सारी मेंटल एक्टिविटी है वो स्टॉप करनी पड़ेगी, सारी सेंसर की इनपुट है वो स्टॉप करनी पड़ेगी। और उस समय जब ऐसी स्टेज आएगी अभ्यास के बाद, देन यू विल सी देयर इज नथिंग एल्स, इट्स ओनली एक्सपेंशन ऑफ योर ओन, ओके। ये जो है मृग तृष्णा इज जस्ट ए मिराज इज इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू। तो ये है, ये सारे के सारे जो हैं भागवतम, रामायण, उपनिषद, ये सब आपको दिखाने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं, और ये आपको मार्ग दिखा रहे हैं कि ऐसे ऐसे करना है। भाई इंटेलेक्चुअल एनालिसिस से आप बढ़ते ही चले जाएंगे, उसमें कहीं कुछ नहीं होगा। अब आप बताइए क्या कह रहे हैं।
देखिए, मैं कहना चाहता सिंपली बात कि ये व्यक्त और अव्यक्त की बात की है, मैनिफेस्ट अनमैनिफेस्टेड, तो अव्यक्त में ही व्यक्त है, क्योंकि व्यक्ति अब आपको अव्यक्त का दिखाता है कि हाँ सारा जो है वो वहीं से हुआ है। तो जब तक भी आप व्यक्त मीन्स चेतना, आपको जो चेतना से मालूम होगा कि जो सारा अव्यक्त है वो उस व्यक्त में समाया हुआ है, उसके कारण आपको कुछ नहीं मालूम पड़ेगा until you come to this until you have this kind of understanding that all is व्यक्त, और व्यक्त के अंदर अव्यक्त समाया हुआ है, फिर वो एक ही है। That's all one thing. It's whole one thing.
या वही तो कह रहे थे चंद्र जी।
नहीं, वो दूसरा कह रहे हैं। No, he's not saying the same thing.
ओके चलो,
आप अगर ऐसे समझ आता ऐसे समझ, ये आप जितने ऑब्जेक्ट बनाएंगे ना कि व्यक्त है, अव्यक्त है, मैं हूं, तो ये तीन आपने सेपरेट कर दिए ना, वो माइंड फिल खो जाएगा कि व्यक्त क्या है, अव्यक्त क्या है, फिर मैं क्या हूं।
चलिए हम इसको कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं।
मैं आजकल पढ़ रहा हूँ और यही प्रसंग आया है। अव्यक्त का भी जो देहूति और उनका जो उनके जो पुत्र हैं कर्दम देहूति और कर्दम ऋषि, वो यही बात कर रहे हैं, नथिंग एल्स। आई एम वेरी ग्लैड दैट द होल थिंग इज कमिंग हियर टू।
चलिए,
अच्छा,
सो कंप्लीट कर लेते हैं आज, बस एक दो श्लोक रह गए।
अच्छा, एक सेकंड, सारी मैं जरा उस पर चला गया, मतलब वी हैव टू स्टे, यू नो, ये वेरी अनडाइजेस्टेबल कि दैट दिस मैनिफेस्ट वर्ल्ड इज जस्ट एन इल्यूजन, ओके, बट दिस इज दैट्स व्हाट द शंकराचार्य ब्रह्म सत्य जगत मिथ्या, और सो उसके लिए मैंने बोल दिया, बट आई एम सॉरी, मतलब वी शुड नॉट टॉक दैट दिस थिंग्स, ओके।
चलिए,
ओके, तो हमने कहा 32 पे 33 पे जाएंगे ना,
या 32 33 पे आ गए।
33 हाँ
31, 32 एक को मिला लीजिएगा दोनों को एक सही।
हाँ वो हो गया था। अच्छा अब चलिए अब थर्ड वी हैव इनफ डिस्कशन नाउ ही चलते हैं।
यथा सर्वगतं सौक्ष्म्यात् आकाशं नोपलिप्यते सर्वत्रावस्थितो देहे तथात्मानोप
Something is happening.
Yeah, freeze हो गया उनका.
नहीं ध्यान अवस्थित है वो. He went to samadhi.
No, it's a Wi-Fi problem. अभी आ जाएगा. Hopefully it's not the computer.
असल में चारों श्लोक एक ही तरह हो सकते हैं. Could be taken.
या उनका कंप्यूटर मेरा ख्याल लग रहा है कि फ्रीज हो गया है. So ये श्लोक नंबर 33 translation. The sky due to its subtle nature does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading. Similarly, the soul situated in Brahma vision does not mix with the body, though situated in that body. So that's a beautiful thought. जैसे कि sky जो है ना, due to its subtle nature does not mix with anything, although it is all pervading.
Yes, yeah. Just like Lord Krishna says, यदा भूत पृथक भावम एकस्थम अनुपश्यति. तत् न वो है वो तो कर लिया था एक वो 6th चैप्टर में है वो यथा आकाश स्थितो नित्यम वायु सर्वत्र गो महान तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत स्थानी उद्धारे. जैसे एयर है, it is situated in the sky. I mean, it has no other place. It will stay in the space. Space is its shelter. Same way, every living entity is situated within Lord, and in the final analysis, the living entity is not even there. There is only one, which is undivided consciousness with Lord. This is just like a bubble. The bubble comes up in a border. So same way, we living entities have popped up in that super consciousness, and we feel our existence separate. But it's not separate. It is the same. Just like the bubble and water are the same, but they look. We say that there is a bubble on the water, but it's just on the water. Same way, this shloka says. Okay. Any question?
नहीं ठीक है. Everybody is okay with that.
अच्छा. और 34.
34, 35, yeah.
Okay, then we. Okay, 34.
यथा प्रकाशयत्येकः कृत्स्नं लोकमिमं रविः क्षेत्रं क्षेत्री तथा कृत्स्नं प्रकाशयति भारत.
Just as one sun illuminates the entire solar system, so does the individual soul illuminates the entire body. Yeah, that's true. Consciousness goes in every part of the body, in fingertips, everywhere. Now, last one.
What is it? Straightforward.
Sorry. हाँ क्या कह रहे हैं?
मैं कह रहा हूँ ये तो वेरी स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है।
हाँ जी, स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड तो है,
स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्ड है कि जो वर्ड इज रिटन देयर,
या कॉम्प्रिहेंड करना थोड़ा सा
हाँ।
मुश्किल हो जाता है कई बार।
ये जो कह रहा है कि मतलब क्षेत्र है, क्षेत्रज्ञ है
या
और करता है, और हम बाहर खड़े हैं इन सबके, हम क्षेत्र के बाहर खड़े हैं सब, ये तो उस हिसाब से अगर आप बाहर खड़े हैं तो ठीक है भाई, ये दिस इज है।
तो प्रकाश कौन दे रहा है उसको कि
हाँ।
जैसे या चलिए,
ओके,
क्षेत्र से
अब ये बात आई क्या?
क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञयोरेवम् अन्तरं ज्ञानचक्षुषा भूत प्रकृतिमोक्षं च ये विदुर्यान्ति ते परम्।
Those who perceive with the eye of knowledge, यहाँ पे जो आइज है उसको कहा है आइज ऑफ नॉलेज, ज्ञान चक्षुषा। आइज तो हमारी देखती हैं, लेकिन ज्ञान चक्षुषा वो है कि जब अनुपश्यति, व्हेन वी सी एंड वी फॉलो इट अप, कि हमने क्या देखा, उसके पीछे क्या था, then this becomes ज्ञान चक्षुषा. Those who perceive with the eyes of knowledge the difference between the body and the knower of the body and the process of release from material nature, they attain the supreme destination. ठीक है, यहाँ पर सारा का सारा वो होगा, you have to know the difference between the body and the knower of the body and the process of releasing from the material. So the अगर आप देखिए ना, the body है, आप हम देख सकते हैं body, and you are the knower of the body. This knower of the body is not a third party. यहाँ पे कृष्ण भगवान बता रहे हैं ना, you and I in our real nature are the knower of the body.
देखिए इसके अंदर जो ये गीता का जो गोरखपुरी गीता, उसका बहुत सुंदर सा ये क्षेत्र को जल विकारी, क्षणिक नाशवान तथा क्षेत्रज्ञ को नित्य चेतन अधिकारी और अविनाशी जानना ही उनके भेद को जानना है।
अब देखिए ना, आप जान रहे हैं ना, आप जो बता रहे हैं, आप जान रहे हैं कि देयर इज अ क्षेत्र।
नहीं, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ भाई, मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, आई एम रीडिंग इट।
ओके ओके, तो उसका एनालिसिस कर लेते हैं थोड़ी, जरा फिर से पढ़िए प्लीज।
ये बहुत अच्छी, इज ए वेरी गुड पॉइंट, इट्स नॉट ए स्मॉल पॉइंट।
पॉइंट तो ठीक है, आप 10 पॉइंट इकट्ठे कर लीजिए, 1 पॉइंट इकट्ठे कर लीजिए, अच्छे पॉइंट इकट्ठे कर लीजिए, नेगेटिव पॉइंट इकट्ठे कर लीजिए। आई मीन दैट्स अ मेंटल प्रोसेस, ओके। और इसको आप जितना भी कर लीजिए, वो सब मेंटल प्रोसेस है, मतलब ये दिस इज वेरी गुड पॉइंट। और अगर बैठ गया, अगर आपने अपना स्वरूप देख लिया इस पॉइंट की वजह से, देन यू अचीव्ड इट। और उसके बाद अगर हमने ऑब्जेक्ट रूप से समझा कि सोल और बॉडी को, बॉडी तो हम देख सकते हैं एज ए ऑब्जेक्ट, ओके, बट सोल वी कैन नॉट सी एज ए ऑब्जेक्ट। तो इज द पर्पस इज नॉट टू सी एज ए ऑब्जेक्ट, नॉट टू सी ए burden on our head, not to see as a imposition on our thinking, but as a real. That's what Gita is trying to encourage you. अच्छा, तो ये
ओम तत्सत भी कर लीजिए, ओम तत्सत श्रीमद् गीता सूत्र अंत भी कर लीजिए इसका।
हाँ, अच्छा देखिए, अब आपसे एक दिन वो सुनेंगे, क्या कहते हैं, उत्तरकांड वाला। आपको बहुत अच्छा लगता है तो आप एक्सप्लेन कीजिएगा कि उसमें क्या हमको मिलता है।
इसको आप जैन जी इसको पूरा कर लीजिए, ओम तत्सत
या
करने लगे हैं।
एक सेकंड यार, बोलो सच्चिदानंद भगवान की
जय।
ओम तत्सदित श्रीमद् भगवद गीता उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्म विद्यायाम योग शास्त्रे श्री कृष्ण अर्जुन संवादे क्षेत्र क्षेत्रज्ञ विभाग योगो नाम त्रयोदशोऽध्याय। बोलो श्री कृष्ण भगवान की
जय।
धन्यवाद।
ये
अच्छा, मैं आपसे अभी I have my daughter has come from Chicago. I want to see her, so I'll take leave now. Thank you.
अच्छा, okay, have a good
और क्षमा कीजिएगा जो भी डिस्कशन के बारे में. It is simply a discussion, nothing else. नमस्कार.
Yeah, it's a discussion. Namaskar. चलिए.
Four horses, Bhaji. Char Goda. Char Goda. 4 horses.
Oh, okay, 4 horses. Yeah. What I was going to say, I think we have just a little time. So why did I ask you was that those 4 horses, their names are given in Bhagavatam, in everywhere. These were the actual horses that Lord Krishna was, charioting on that chariot for Arjuna, and their name was Saibya, Sugriva, Megha Pushpa, and Balahaka. Okay, so that's how the names were of these 4 horses. So sometimes that example which is given for the horses as your, who is the Sarthi is, those 5 horses example, 5 horses, 5 Indriyas, and all those examples given by the horses. Though that is different than this picture. Okay. Yeah. So many times people confuse that this picture is an example of that this tant, which is like 5 senses, or how we are the soul is the controller there, and then the intellect, and then the mind, and then the senses, and those have horses are the 5 senses.
Right.
So they show the 5 senses. That's a different picture, different scenario altogether. This is an actual depiction of the scene of Mahabharata, where there were only 4 horses and their names are given. So I bring up this topic just to clarify confusion within the minds of the adherents of Hinduism, the Sanatan Dharmis, who may want to also teach to other people, kids including, so that the confusion is not there. Otherwise, people go out and they give a different example, not knowing the real thing, and then other people make fun of us because they sometimes know more than us, because they are doing the research, and then they say, hey, he doesn't know about his own culture, like that. I've seen people. So
काम क्रोध लोभ मोह हो गया ना.
है जी,
काम क्रोध लोभ मोह हो गया. 4 चीजें.
काम क्रोध लोभ मोह, फिर अहंकार भी आ जाता है ना, तो वो उसमें भी 5 हॉर्सेस आ जाते हैं. और वो जो एग्जाम्पल जो मैं बता रहा था ना कि जो कंट्रोलर है वो आत्मा है, पहले तो आत्मा, उसके बाद फिर आपका इंटेलेक्ट आ जाता है, बुद्धि, उसके बाद फिर आपका मन आ जाता है, माइंड, एंड उसके बाद फिर आपके जो सेंसेस 5 सेंसेस आ जाते हैं. तो वो घोड़े दिखाए हुए हैं उन्होंने उस एग्जाम्पल में. सो उसकी मैं बात कर रहा था. सो दैट इज वेरी फेमस एग्जाम्पल एंड पीपल यूज दैट many टाइम्स. सो है यतिंद्र जी कुछ कह रहे हैं?
मैं कह रहा था कि in the spiritual progression, in the beginning, this stories and all the object and what they represent, this is the important part. Okay.
Yeah.
बहुत सी discussion on the character, that why Lord Rama did that, why Arjuna did that, what is that, why there are 5 horses, and why they fought, this and all that. It's a good, in the beginning, all those things, but once you move on, okay, then you realize.
You want to know the belief behind the story.
Yeah, that's the second stage, the belief and all that. But here we are trying to rise above the belief, just
Yeah.
the,
The understanding.
yeah, understanding plus realize that, oh yeah, that's how it is. It's the scripture
That's why
says
they
that,
use the word God realization.
and that's how I see. So, I mean, you have listening to me, but if it's doesn't like, then you can change, that you are speaker. I always again say, we are at a different stage of.
Yeah. चलिए हमारे 10 मिनट ही रह गए हैं, तो we will go towards the meditation. I will just chant Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari to start with. Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, 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 Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, Shri Krishna Govinda Hare Murari, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva, He Nath Narayan Vasudeva. चलिए हम मेडिटेशन की ओर बढ़ते हैं. जितेंद्र जी मंत्र बोलेंगे एंड I'll put the timer on for 10 minutes.
When I explained about this, what we do, I think in the beginning, Dr. Hari was did not listen. So on Monday, I will explain more, what is our basis of our doing. I explained that we are following the Patanjali Yoga Sutra. Patanjali Yoga Sutra, there is a eight component. So 8 components are yama, niyam. Yam and niyam are the rules and regulation to purify your life, because we'll do lots of wrong things in our diet and our behavior. So yam and niyam, they regulate our life so that there is a purification.
Okay.
Yam, and then the third is asan. Asan means a proper posture where you can sit down comfortably without any strain, when your back and neck is straight and without pain. Yam, niyam, asana, pranayam. Then the breathing exercise. Pranayam, we do breathing exercise so that, because breathing and thinking are connected. When you are deeply thinking, then your breathing is also affected. So we control that. Yam, niyam, asana, pranayam, pratyahar. Pratyahar means our senses, they want to indulge. Our eyes want to see all the time beautiful things, and our ear wants to listen all the beautiful sounds. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But pratyahar means we reverse the process. We quietens our senses. तो 5 ही हो गए, यम नियम प्राणायाम प्रत्याहार. These are called external limbs of yoga. Up to that far we are dealing with the bodily aspect. Okay. Now the 3 are internal. The next 3, that is dharana, dhyan, and samadhi. Dharana means we now try to control our inner apparatus, mind, body, mind and intellect. So to control the mind always goes from one point to another. It's never, it's just like a flame of the diya, the lamp flickers. So same way is the mind. So what we do, dharana means we fix it at one point, because mind is everywhere. So for the time being, to quieten it, we just focus it on one point. That's called dharana. And dhyan is when we remove the dharana, the kind of thing we were focusing on, we try to stand with the quieten the mind without the help of external aid. That's dhyan. And samadhi is then we go in a higher dimension where we realize who we are. We are not body, we are not mind, we are not intellect. We are the soul, we are the consciousness, we are pure consciousness, devoid of any material attachment.
That's
So
where transcend comes.
Yeah,
transcend means go above everything.
Above the mind. You have to go above the mind, above the intellect, above everything. Okay, so we have chosen, there are 112 dharana. You can pick all them. There, I found them in the Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. But the simplest is to focus it on the incoming and outgoing breath. Just pay attention to incoming and outgoing breath, and you will see that there's a sound, so hum. Focus on that. So hum means that's what I am. And before before that we invoke a mantra. And in mantra we say that now I am trying to become aware of that by which this my body is functioning, that which is giving me chetana. So the end of the mantra says dhimahi. Dhimahi comes in lots of mantras. Dhimahi ka matlab hai, it means now I become mindful of. I was thinking so many things, now I'm becoming mindful of this particular thing. So its mantra is Om. It starts Om Namo. We pay our obeisance to that, because of which this body is animate, which is giving us the consciousness, and which is in me, and which is beyond everything. So that's what. Yeah. So after mantra, we sit down, proper posture, body erect, and then we will focus. After the end of mantra, we will focus on this.
Thank you. You're a very learned soul.
So I'd say, are we going to start now and get ready for the inevitable day that we leave Earth? Can we accomplish all that?
You see, at our stage, this meditation should be the last meditation. You start with that this is my last. And I got another chance. So.
Oh.
Om Namo Bhagavate Tasmai Yat Etad Chidatmakam Purushaya Adibijaya Pareshaya Abhi